Okay, so we have the green Angmar player Mr. Smok versus the white Angmar player, not Mustafa, Abi from Turkey. It's an Angmar faction mirror. Do we play mirrors? Yeah, you play mirrors. That's what you guys wanted. Mirrors are in, boys. I mean, mirrors, you might dislike them, but I think they are the best way of determining the better player in this specific matchup. Mirrors also in Rise of the Witch King are by far much more entertaining than in BFME 1, especially when you see a good faction mirror, Gondor against Gondor, Rohan against Rohan. They are not very fun, but in this game, good or evil faction doesn't really matter. You have no walls, it means you have no defense anyway. 2 meals Hall of the Kingsman, and 2 meals, 3 meals, 4 meals economical opening for the Turkish player. BFME 2 and Rise of the Witch King have lag in multiplayer, of course. That's a very common thing. The games are old, and there is a lag, of course, with the ping, because there is not even a server, so basically people are trying to connect to Game Ranger. But in addition to that, also EA Games, for whatever reason, implemented a delay in their game, intentionally. They wanted to make the game a bit more laggy for the player who is not hosting the game.
Angmar must prevail!
Angmar must prevail. 4 meals Hall of the Kingsman. On the other side, we see 3 meals into the first Gondor orc very soon. Again, it's a mirror match, so the possibilities are counting for both the players. So nobody can blame this on a bad matchup. You know, you have like legit the same units, same heroes, same power points like your opponent does. It's all about the strategy. Which strategy is going to be better? Abe versus Smoke, damn what a matchup, true my friend. Must be annoying, yes, Foxboy. It's quite annoying, but what can you do? Nah, man, I want to see these games, you know? I want to see this game, almost. I just like when I'm hosting a tournament, I feel like I have a responsibility, you know? And I don't want to miss those games. I'm already missed a lot of games in the group stage, which is, you know, I'm already sad about that one. I couldn't stream every single game. But starting from now until the grand finals, I want to really make sure that I can stream every single day, every single game, you know? Falcon, within 9 months. Falcon, our baby is born. Adrenochrome.
X the Falcon just resubscribed for 9 months. Ahoy. CIK.
Jik Jik. Thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Abe is host? Yes. 1 second, guys.
I will represent the men of Gondor.
Okay, boys, so sorry, I was on the phone. Are you also from Munich? No, I'm not from Munich, but I'm close to Munich. Abe is host? Yeah, true. So after the first couple of minutes into the game, we have 450 command points available for Smoky and 500 command points available for Abe. This mill is going to be defended with the Wolf Riders. Double Hall of the Kingsman into the Wolf Den, level 1, level 1, level 1. And we have also level 1, no Wolf Den yet though. I mean, he has a Wolf Den somewhere. Because he has wolf packs, so he needs to have a wolf den somewhere on the map, but I can't locate it. I'm blind, because I'm blind. It's my bad, guys. So 3 buildings next to each other to protect and sandwich this mill in a very good spot. And yeah, okay, there comes the big push from Avi, from the Turkish player. Warchan available for both the players. I mean, this army is pretty much including every single unit you need. We have the counter pikemen, we have extrover to counter infantry, we have wolf riders to trample down the enemy Gundabad orcs and extrovers. So the micro is going to be very important. He's grouping all of them into one location.
Angmar must prevail.
And there will be a big Warchan now. I'm not gonna stop streaming and make another 2 minutes. 1 minute is enough, in my opinion. It's enough, you know. There comes the big Warchant. And Smoky will have to use Warchant defensively too. Remember, the Warchant has been nerfed, so It's weaker. There comes the Warchant also from Smoky. It's gonna be a big fight. He's trying to get into the backline with the Wolfpacks. They have also the heavy spike collar upgrade, which makes them a bit more tanky. The front line is getting melted. Look how many wolves we have on the field. They've been nerfed in this beta. So they are now dealing less damage to the pikemen, but still, even with the less damage to the pikemen, in this case we are talking about the Rudar spearman units from the Angmar faction, which are not the best. He's looking for a trample, but there are still pikemen on the field from Smoky. Smoky, great defense from the backside, and he might be able to defend this. But what he needs are Wolf Riders to trample down the backline from Ave. Ave has still a very strong backline. You can see multiple extroverts firing and shooting non-stop, dealing constant damage to the front and backline from Smoky. Luckily, Smoky fights in front of his production buildings. It means he will be able to bring the reinforcements to the spot way sooner than Ave. But Ave, in the meantime, is also taking over the map. Look at the minimap, boys. Look at the command point differential. We have 650 command points against 500. So Ave is starting to build himself a great lead, and against people like Ave, you don't want to fall behind. 9 power points in the bank for Ave, and 5 power points only for Smoky. So there is 4 power point differential. 4 power points, it's actually massive, because with 10 power points you might go for like Orc Summon, for example, which can make your army even stronger. And Falvin can also be nice, of course. You can go for the Snowbind too, to save one of the buildings. And Ave is now coming from the bottom, from the top, and from the middle at pretty much the same time. The mill is going to be surrounded. So, that pretty much means that Smoky has to pay attention to every single location on the map for survival. And the mill in the middle is going to be defended for now. By the way, this one is from Ave. Ave is building offensive mills too. This is very important mill, this is very important, and this is very important. Those 3 mills have to be protected no matter what. There comes the Orc Summon. Remember, the Warchan is on cooldown. He's demolishing his buildings. Everything is gonna get demolished. He knows he can't win, and Smoky will be defeated. It's gonna be a quick victory for Ave Have. The white Man of the West player Ave Have versus the green Angmar player Mrs. Smog. From what I've seen in the beta, and I can't really talk too much about it because I've not seen too many games yet, but I think this is the strongest faction. This is the strongest faction, and I believe this is the weakest faction in this current beta. Angmar is pretty solid, always been solid, is pretty much straightforward playstyle. Now the Black Numenorians got buffed, the Dark Rangers got buffed, which makes them, of course, way stronger. And men got a couple of nerfs, which is interesting. Melemsky with the primers for 2 months. Thank you so much, Melemsky. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you.
Melemsky just resubscribed for 2 months. Ahoy.
Thank you. 2 farm barracks into the 3rd farm. On the other side, we see 2 mills, Hall of the Kingsmen. And what is strong about the Black Numenorians, basically, they nerfed the enemy, they nerfed the Gondor Knights from the Gondor faction, from the Men faction. They also nerfed the Grand Harvest. So Men has been actually getting nerfed a couple of times. They also nerfed the archer range to level 2, to rangers, which is kind of odd because I've never seen people complaining about rangers. But I think they kind of felt it's needed to nerf the rangers. And all of a sudden, even people like Ave Have do agree that Men faction is the worst faction right now in the current beta. So the only viable choice to play this faction, I think, is go for double barracks at the beginning of the game and go for a steeple. But now, fortunately, the Rohirrim are buffed. So I heard that the Rohirrim are buffed now. We might see, hopefully, them also in action. And there comes the Gundabad Orc. Double barracks to rule them all. There comes the Warchant. This one is going to be definitely taken down. But be careful about your Traumaster. Smoky has to reposition. Reposition one more time. Thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Yeah, the king. When you can turn and fight them, you are level 2, you have Warchant. He doesn't. One more Gundabad Orc is coming. Double barracks into the soldier spam. But remember, Angmar is the faction which can easily counter your spam, because Angmar has access to a very early and insanely fast transition into the Wolf Riders. And all you need to do is build the Wolf Den. That's all you gotta do. To battle. I mean, for now, Man is playing defensively. He was forced to cancel the farm. He lost a full farm. Angmar player was able to get experience and power points from that. That's pretty good. The only thing in the favor of the Man faction is that he has a buff advantage. So he can now go for a push with this one soldier and hope that he can deal enough damage. The Wolf Den is a little bit too late. Imagine this would come up like 20 seconds ago. And you could deal with those soldiers, no problemo. It's a big push. Angmar is going ham, literally. Man is surrounded. That is coming even more and more and more. This man is gonna be able to make it to this mill. Soldier also minus. Oh really? They nerfed also soldiers, so. But I don't know why. I mean, I don't know. I've not watched or done any Rise of the Witch King on this beta yet. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but from what I've seen, men didn't seem to be super strong, you know? There comes to rallying call defensively. But again, you know, the people who are doing this are expert players, so, like... But I mean, Avi is also expert, and he was complaining about the man faction. Big push. I mean, great defense from Avi though. Oh, but they changed this one, right? Oh, never mind. Okay, that actually... No, I take it back. They changed the shield ball formation. So when you use shield ball now, you don't actually lose damage. That's actually pretty big buff to the soldiers in Uruks. So that makes way more sense. Because they nerfed the HP, yeah, but now you keep 20% more damage when you are using shield ball formation. You only lose your speed. You gain armor, and you keep your speed. So it's actually a buff to the soldiers, in my opinion. It's not even a nerf. Trample? Nice. Mid is gonna be protected, it's good actually. Almost a level 2 mill. There comes the big push though with Pikeman Soldier. The infantry spam. But the Wolfpacks can counter the enemy Pikeman in a few seconds. No problem, you can see they... Okay, you see they need like 3 hits now. 3 hits now in the all ground stance. That's a big nerf to the Wolfpacks because they used to only kill you with like 2 shots. So now it's gonna be a bit more time consuming to kill the enemy pikeman, that's good. Man is trying to just ignore the enemy army and go for the buildings, which is like the right playstyle. In this game, it's about destroying buildings and not really destroying the enemy army. So harassing is very rewarding because the eco is going to be that what counts in the mid to late game. In a couple of minutes into the game, in the first couple of minutes, we have 400 command points against 450. The mid is getting demolished. And man is kind of spamming Angmar out of the game. Like, he's playing with only all of the Kingsmen. That means the Angmar player can't keep up with the spam of the man. He just can't. Hello, beyondstandards, do we have some tournament game on BFME 1 tonight? I'm not sure yet. We might actually get another game in the losers bracket between Mateusz and his opponent Joshua. But I'm not certain. You will find out. Men are weak, Elron. What's up, Zero High? Okay. I mean, that should be kind of winnable for Angmar, right? This fight. Yeah, trample. One more time. He's creeping. But I think at some point you need to get your second Hall of the Kingsman. Maybe, like, I'm being honest. When you see double barracks, maybe you can go for your own Black Numenorians. Like, I'm telling you, Black Numenorians, they should be easily able with level 2. And with this, 1 mid 2 the soldiers, easily. Like, I believe this army from men can be completely demolished with like 2 Black Numenorians only. I think soldier spam was a bit OP if you didn't get Kev, but they also nerfed now the Gondor Knights and also the Archery, so a lot of stuff has been changed and nerfed. And I don't know. Maybe people don't know yet what the right strategy is. Of course, you know, that's the best part about a new patch, because it will kind of force the people out of their comfort zone, and they will eventually have to discover new strategies. And we will have to find out. Maybe it's hiddenly strong. There comes the war chant from Angmar player Mrs. Mock. There comes the Felwind. He's gonna suck them in. But there is going to be another squad. Moving forward, the builder is... Rest in peace, builder. It's really bad actually for Angmar. He's kind of falling apart. I mean, there's only one pikeman. Why doesn't he go for more wolf riders? I don't know. He's gonna demolish the mill. The counter pressure is not that good. And man is actually kind of winning this game. 475 against 750. I mean, Avi is playing out of his mind. And also the spam. I mean, basically you are able to outspam your opponent from the map. What is Smog's best faction? I don't know, my friend. I mean, Smog doesn't have like a specifically favorite matchup, I think, or faction. I think he just picks random and he knows how to play every faction. So is Avi, and so is every player in the top 20. Okay. Beautiful trample. Oh, the legendary tower. The white tower. Hey Shanks, I wanted to play versus Jaguar soon. You wanna stream it after this game or will it? I don't know. I don't know, man. We don't know. Like how many games we will be able to see. It's hard to predict, you know. It's a best of 5. It might be 3-0 for Ave. It might be 4-3 for Ave. 4-3 for Smokey. It's hard to tell when it's gonna be finished. But yeah, just you know, when you don't have too much time, when you can't wait, it's okay when you play off stream too. Keep going. Yeah, Ave is spamming farms also left and right, by the way. That's why he has such a huge command points advantage. 800 command points against 475. That's almost a double in the command points, which is massive. The mill is going to be taken down. No stable needed. Barracks level 2 for faster production speed and tower guards. 2 barracks in archer range. And then you just don't recruit ever heroes. You just go spam, 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 spam. There comes the wolf pack. Extroverse. I mean, I'm telling you, Black Number. Oh, but he's going for the banner. Okay, so he's going for the black banner, and I think he's going to buy also the Black Numenorians. That's like very important. When you see infantry spam, when there is no cav, that means you can easily go for the Black Numenorians and counter and bash his soldiers in a second. Like the Black Numenorians, they should have no trouble. Like they have like a buff and debuff built in their kit. So them being level 2 unlocks the charge attack, which means pretty much like the same stats like a war chant. And they can make you weaker too. It's like a win-win situation. There comes a orc summon and commitment. He went for the lone tower. He has no power points for the rebuild. You see the tower is not gonna make it. There comes the rallying call tower guards in the front line, but he has no archers. But he's body blocking. That means the tower is dealing constant damage. The first hero of the game is going to be Boromir, the captain of Gondor. His Horn of Gondor got reworked. It doesn't stun the units anymore. It only will debuff them. Zobal, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Big commitment. There is no pikeman around. Is Boromir level 2 yet? There comes the Horn of Gondor. You can see the debuff effect, but they are not stunned. In those situations, it would be of course way better if you would be able to stun them. But besides debuffing them, you also make them lose their leadership bonuses, and in addition to that, you also make them lose a lot of their movement speed, which gives you like catch potential. And also, it's reloading actually incredibly fast. Look, it's already halfway there. What is the cooldown of that thing? I think the cooldown is kind of ridiculous, actually. Okay, there comes the big commitment from Angmar, though, and he has definitely the chance to commit to this tower. This tower can't survive the Black Numenorians. Boromir and his soldiers are moving on. Tower guards, soldiers, and Boromir. Boromir needs to be level 5 for the leadership part. So Boromir is actually not a bad hero by all means, right? He will have like last stand, so he will get stronger when he is low HP. He will have debuff with nullifying leadership. He will slow you down, so it's basically like a Creebane and Frozen Land. And then you can level them up, and you have leadership too. So basically one of the better sporting heroes. There comes the Horn of Gondor one more time. Again, you make them lose a lot of their damage and armor, but is this gonna be enough? I mean, it's also not bad when you want to get away from a situation, because look, they are losing movement speed. Men units are not the fastest units in the game. It means in most cases, besides the Dwarven faction, can actually every faction catch up to you. And with this ability from Boromir, you might not be only able to get a more catch potential, but also disengage. Boromir! I mean, the infantry is going to be taken down, but look at the minimap, dude. Look at the minimap. Ranges on the field now from the man player. Barracks, Marketplace, Grand Harvest, soonish, he has the money for it. 775 command points, that's massive. And look, he's ignoring everything, making it always to the mills, and knowing what matters, knowing what needs to be taken down in order to pull this Angmar down. The advantage of man against Angmar is going to be the eco advantage. Man can boost the money income with the Grand Harvest, which also got nerfed, by the way. It used to give you 15, now it's only 12. And Angmar has no money-making abilities. He never recruited Voldor, which is the only way of making extra cash. Black Numenorians. Charge. I think they lost vision on this Rangers. I mean, if they get into the melee range, you will get screwed. Rangers have no chance in the melee range. You can also see them being tanky. They will make it into the tower, but before they can make it, a lot of them will be taken down. And now the Black Numenorians against the tower. They will hit actually very hard, but now the charge attack wears off. Even now without the charge attack, they are able to destroy this tower in no time. I think this cooldown from this ability is kind of crazy, boys. Like, he just used it, look this. It's reloading like in crazy speed. There comes the White Summon into the Felwind. The White should be able to clean the situation, I think. 4 Whites, they have like crazy lifesteal, so you can't really kill them, but you can try to ignore them, and that's the plan from Man. 900 command points against 600. Man is using the unit advantage he has. He knows he has way more units on the field than his opponent has. It means he can always avoid fighting and do what he just did a few minutes ago. Focus down the buildings exclusively. Get yourself a greater lead in the command points department. Get yourself more power points. Get yourself an army twice as big as from your opponent before you have to take a fight. Because he knows, okay, my opponent has Black Numenorians on the field. I can't really win the 1v1 situation anymore. So I need to avoid fighting and keep pressuring. You see, for every one Black Numenorian, there are gonna be 2 soldiers, 1 tower guard, and 1 ranger. The money advantage is crazy. Almost full command points. He will go for Gandalf. He told me that he will go for Gandalf for me. And I think that's gonna be one of those games in which we will see Gandalf. Boromir running for his life. He's almost level 4. That's gonna unlock the Captain of Gondor. Like, basically, the good thing about the Gandalf Boromir combination was that you could stun them with the Horn of Gondor and then you could blast them. So this combination, like this change also kind of nerfs the wombo combo potential of Gandalf and Boromir. You can still do that with the Cloud Break though. Rangers in the tower too. Boromir is going to be able to get victorious. Does he have upgrades? No, he has the mask. Look. Tower guards normally supposed to be very tanky, but they have no chance against Black Numenorians. It's not going to be even close. 7 power points after the tower. And Angmar has 5 power points after Warchant, Felwind, Orc, and White. I come to command. 6 power points in the bank. The Orc Summon is going to be available very soon. My camera was moving very weirdly, sorry for that. Rangers in the back line, 2 of them dealing constant damage from a long distance. Boromir can use the Horn of Gondor in a few seconds one more time. There comes the long shot. It will be missing the target. Boromir has to be careful. You don't want to underestimate the damage output from the Black Numenorians. Boromir, a beefy and tanky hero with almost 3k health and also great armor set, which means he doesn't take too much damage from the infantry units, but still. Now you need Cav to kill the backline. There comes a tower number 2. Grand Harvest giving you incredible amount of resources. The Wolfpacks, they will need some time to destroy the farm. And Boromir very soon will be able to summon it again if he doesn't go down. Boromir has the ability unlocked, the last stand. He's going to use the heal, the Lord of the Rings, and the 2 towers, actually 3. 2 in the middle, 1 in the back, and using the eco advantage. You see, that's how you utilize things. That will force the Angmar player to go for a giant summon, but the giants will be special summoned in the middle of the map. No Aragorn, it's no Gandalf, it's gonna be actually Aragorn, the King Elessar himself. For me personally, he's attacking super slow with his sword, like the pre-delay in between the attacks, in the attack itself feels incredibly slow. But maybe it's just me, maybe because I'm used to BFME 1. In BFME 1, this guy is, hitting like a truck, he's attacking way faster. 13 power points, men have 10. So Angmar has actually more power points than his opponent. Boromir is getting chunked. Boromir seems to be fast enough to actually get away from the enemy units too. The towers in the meantime, by the way, dealing constant damage. Boromir, the last stand was actually able to save him multiple times. You get increased armor, which makes you surprisingly tanky in those situations in which you are all about to be dead. The Blight is going to be unlocked from the spell book. He's going to use it on the Rangers without the Felwind, and he might just be able to leave this area. But still, a lot of them turning instantly. The Rangers have low armor, they will get poisoned, they will get killed. Blight is a horrible choice, however, against Cloud Break. So if the man player will unlock the Cloud Break, which he can very soon, Cloud Break pretty much completely nullifies the Blight's effect. But with the Blight, he was able to win the fight and turn this Rangers into the Ghosts. And the tower might be taken down. The White Storm, they are not dealing damage to the tower. They have like no damage at all. In the meantime, harassment. 950 command points for Avi against 725 for Angmar. That's gonna be a late game situation, but the heroes from Men will pay off. They will make the difference in the late game. Boromir is now almost level 5. Aragorn has also leadership, but leadership doesn't stack. It needs to be at bare minimum level 2 to unlock the Bleed Master. No stable, indeed. Level 2, level 2, level 1. He's spamming. I think you want to go for heroes now at this point. Yeah, he has almost 2k in the bank. He has the banner on the fortress. And, oh no, it's a builder. Okay, but, you know, he will go for a hero very soon. Angmar has no fear resistant. He's very close. Now he's gonna go for the Rohirrim summon. Who needs a stable if you can summon the Rohirrim instead? There comes the rallying call, Rohirrim, and everything is getting demolished from Smokey, and that's gonna be the game number 2 in favor of Harvey. Still very, very strong people in the tournament. And also for Smokey, it wouldn't mean the end of the world. He would only drop down to losers bracket and could still work his way up to the grand finals. We have the white Angmar player Harvey versus the green man of the West player Mr. Smok in the game number 3. Double farm and double mill. So I think in order to counter, I mean, basically this game is all about like, you know, rock, paper, scissors system. So you basically see the move from your opponent, then you need to discover a counterplay to that what your opponent is trying to accomplish. When you see infantry spam, you just go for battle infantry, your black Numenorians, your snow trolls. Your wolf packs can eat the pikemen, your snow trolls can be quite tanky, trample the enemy soldiers. So basically it's all about seeing what your opponent is trying to do and trying to counter that. 3 mills, Hall of the Kingsmen, 2 farms into the barracks, into the 3rd farm. Rallying Call and Warchant unlock from the spellbook. I mean, Angmar can also go for a Snowbind. That's something we have seen also in the past. What Angmar can do is go for an early Hall of the Kingsmen, send the builder forward to locate, to see where the enemy barracks is. Then you can use the Snowbind on the enemy barracks to stop the production. It got nerfed, by the way, in this beta, but still, you know, it doesn't stop the production anymore. It only makes you produce 50% slower, which, by the way, gives you like a early game presence, and maybe you can accomplish a lot of things in this few seconds. Okay, so Hall of the Kingsmen into the Hall of the Kingsmen number 2. Barracks and 1, 2, 3, 4 farms. He's gonna move through the bottom side. That's very interesting. And Angmar will be going for a spam. You see, I mean, with every faction Aave is playing, he always goes for like the spam build. He wants spam, 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 because the spam of units is just like the most reliable thing to do. It's the most rewarding thing to do. Like, even though when your units are weak, it doesn't matter, quantity is so much more impactful, especially in the early mid game. It gives you the chance to create much more pressure on your opponent, which again will give you the chance to expand and get more command points, more money at pretty much the same time. The soldier is going to be a little bit too late, and I think this farm is going to be taken down, right? Draw your swords a bit faster. Faster. Uh-oh, Traumas. Oh, there was a nice attempt from Smokey. He almost did it, but now he doesn't micro anymore, and the micro is very important. The farm is going to be taken down, I think, and on top of that, they also will be able to get away. There is one more Gondor coming, and the soldier, once again, is a little bit too late. Warchan is still available, the farm has been destroyed, and yes, the Gondor will also be able to survive. Warchan has not even been used for that one. Extrover into the Wolf Den. So 2, 3 production buildings against only 2. Remember last game, we have seen the exact same matchup, but the man player had always way more units on the field than Angmar. He had double barracks, archer range, he was spamming swordman, pikeman, swordman, pikeman, swordman, pikeman, non-stop. But that's something Smokey as man faction doesn't do. And so far, not a single mill has been destroyed. It's actually quite big. The wolf packs, more Trollmaster, and there comes the first bigger push. 2 extrovers, 1 Gondor. So the Gondor Knights, they will actually be very good, and there they come. There they come, boys. The Riders of Gondor. I mean, he has also 2 swordmen, 2 pikemen, and with this he has also Cav, and there is no counterplay to this Cav. So if he can ride through these units and Warchant or Rallying Call, can actually crush them all. But you need to be fast. Where is the cap? Oh, there is. Oh, this is gonna be actually quite nice for Smokey. Beautiful, man. That's good. That's amazing. There are 2 builders in the middle of the map for Aave, but he needs pikemen. You see, the Gondor Knight is making the difference. He's trying to body block them with the Wolf Riders. 1 more trample is needed. There comes the wolf pack. You see what he's trying to do. He's trying to body block. He's trying to sit, sit in front with the wolf rider, so it means the Gondor Knights can't really trample then. And incredible micro from Ave. It could be an absolute disaster, but the way he microed that was actually very good and was saving so many units from the battalions. Very good. Very good micro. Again, you see what he's doing? Guys, you see it's amazing, dude. I like the way he's doing that. It's really fun to watch that. The wolf packs in the front will be taken down though. Imagine a late game hero being recruited and you time Snowbind. Take an extra time for Gandalf or Sauron. True. True actually. But you don't know that, right? You don't know what your opponent is cooking in the fortress. You don't know. It's like a gamble situation too. When you have like no information about it, it's hard to predict it. I mean, crazy micro from Ave. Crazy micro. And unbelievable, but he will be able to win this fight too. It's crazy. He's on host, of course. That helps, It's very important. When you are on host, you're like playing, you have like 20% advantage, basically. And there comes a wall hub. And easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Here's the defense. He's gonna get now one of the Gondor Knights to the top side. The mill is gonna be found. This mill has no defense, so Ave has to demolish this. 2 knights at 1 mill. He's not demolishing it. But the problem is the Gondor Knights, they also need a lot of experience to get to level 2. You see, in order to get to level 2 with this unit, you need to destroy at least 3 mills. Which is not very easy thing to do. But they are mobile, and that's what matters. They also got cheaper, but they are nerfed. I think they deal like less damage, or they have like less armor. I don't know what they did to them exactly, but I heard that they are they have nerfed them. So they are either dealing less damage or being less tanky. Okay. Oh, the wolf packs though. I think in order to deal with them effectively, you need actually archers. Archer range level 1 into the... This also got more expensive. This used to cost only 500. Now it costs you 650. But again, they also changed the entire money system. So basically now you get also faster money. Which means the extra 150 you need to eventually pay for the upgrade isn't really game changing. But it still can hurt you, in the early game stages. I mean, Angmar is defending himself very nicely. Pressuring, keeping the man player also very busy. It's a very important farm. Hopefully he won't lose it. Does he have rebuild from the spellbook? He might. No, he doesn't have it. It's level 2. It's tanky. Okay. The Gondor Knights, they will make it out very soon. Wolfpacks. Spearman. Angmar is building an army worthy of the Witch King. Tower. Oh, the tower. Oh boy. The legendary tower. Something we see more and more lately, and I like that, to be honest with you. I think it's fun. Like, kind of protecting some strategical points of the map. Especially entrances like this one, for example. Imagine you build like a tower here, 2 towers here, with like a statue behind them. It's very hard to ignore that. And it will draw so much attention. It will give you so much time. And you will get also vision control too. It's amazing. Fancy, what's up? I mean, this game is not looking bad for men, but it's also not looking bad for Angmar. So you might actually... Oh, trample time. Why no? He has no units inside the tower. Now he's gonna have a couple of them. I think he's gonna heal up now with the well. So Smoky is building himself like an outpost. He's also creeping at the same time top side. Angmar is creeping at the bottom side. No Black Numenorian so far. He's, sticking up to the tier 1 units. Pretty much Tralmaster. That's all he's doing non-stop. We have no heroes on the field from men, nor from Angmar. 5 power points against 12. And Ave has the power points he needs to go for the Orc Summon, which again can be countered by the enemy Gondor Knights. So in a good way you want to use it when you push forward with your own pikemen in your units like this, for example, and then you summon them and you war chant all together. The first hero is going to be Voldor. Again, an easy way for Angmar to make extra cash. It's a very sportive hero, which also can summon reinforcements later on. But with level 3, you get like a great power spike. Every time you're around, you get money for killing enemy units. 13 power points against 6. But Man is now having advantage. He's coming from the bottom.
I will represent the men of
normal
Gondor.
spear throwers, normal archers, nothing crazy. War Chant is gonna be used defensively. Noah, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Okay, the power points are rising to the sky. He might go for the Felwind, by the way, to catch those Gondor Knights. The mill, level 2, very important mill. Looking for a trample, beautiful, but he's getting slowed down. The mill is gonna be safe, but a great defense. There comes Voldo level 2, one more level needed. The Gondor Knights are sleeping in the meantime from Smoky. The attack will be defended without losing a single structure. That's very good. Also, Smoky is creeping at the same time. He will be able to find this level 1 mill, which is not that important. This is what matters. It's a very important mill. Gives you more money and also more command points. I was rushing to your stream, so I had only 3 beer. I mean, it might be a short best of 5. If Abe wins it, it's over already, you know? Oh, there comes the Orc Summon from Abe on top of the enemy army. And there is no cap. That means the Oryx, they should be able to clean this up, no problem. The Wolfpacks, they are eating the pikemen alive. Power points are rising to the sky. And remember, after the Oryx, when you get 15 power points, you can go for the Giants, which gives you the chance to end this game once and for all. Marketplace, into Theoden King, stands alone. Tower in the middle, and a tower from Angmar too. So basically they are building towers now. This tower is going to be hard to be taken down, but he has no units inside. So the statue is also buffing the units inside the tower. This one is the lone tower, by the way, from the spell book. But also with only 1 archer inside. You know, in a dream world you want to have rangers, they are just dealing way more damage. There's no rebuild to save this tower, he might lose it. Boromir is also on the field. Or imagine him getting, oh, that was close. Imagine him getting the power points for rebuild. They could actually save the tower and would win man player the fight. Level 3, Voldor. Boromir is getting chunked. Theoden on foot. I don't know about that one. Run. Heal. Oh man. Theoden is like Theoden King stands alone indeed. Heal, you have power points for it. Don't lose him. He's trying to micro. But Voldor is like, what are you doing, Boromir? Boromir, what are you doing? You are not faster than me. Voldor is sprinting at him and taking him out. Theoden is crying to be killed one more time. And the worst thing is you could have saved them with the heal. But I think he didn't want to invest his power points for it. There comes the giant summon, ladies and gentlemen. You see the power point differential? It's massive. 10 power point advantage. How you want to deal now with the giants? The giants are also known as Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. You know, they are throwing from a long distance, always scoring, no problem for them. And they will also keep moving. Attack your fortress. I mean, he has the chance to go for rebuild, but let's see if he's gonna do it. Barracks and farm simultaneously. Committing. But, you know, that this is already, like, even if the giants will go down now, I think they've done already their job. They've done what they are paid for. They've destroyed enough. And everything is getting demolished from Smoky. Dropping down to 70 command points out of 676. 760 command points, I mean. And the giants are still remaining. You need pikemen to kill them, or archers. But your Gondor Knights, they can't kill them fast enough. The marketplace. And Ave is playing out of his mind. Oh, heal on cooldown, my bad. My bad. Sorry. Dude, I'm sick. I'm sick, you know. I was, taking a pill. I took a pill in Ibiza. I swear to you, for whatever reason, I didn't see this. Can you guys imagine that? We have Karch on the field. Karch level 1. Smok needs Tom. Karch. Level 4 gives you the will of the undead. So grants all nearby allied resistance to fear and terror. With level 4. They have also an icon for it. I like that one. It was not there in 8.5, even though the fear effect, the fear resistance was available, but you couldn't see that. There was no information about that one. Stable is going down. Oh, Theoden is here. I mean, like Glorious Charge, I think it's like misleading you, right? I don't think it's true, because like I don't think you can have 300% armor. I can't believe that, because if this would be true description, then you get this is a spell, this is a leadership, so you could have 325% armor. That can't be true, because that would make you legit unkillable. It would make you to immortals. So I think the description is kind of lying to you. I don't think it's true, my friend. 8, I require 8. Oh, Tom. Hey, Tom. Tom Bombadil, do it. I mean, Avi is paying attention to everything, dude. To everything. Karsh, the commitment, and Avi, the Turkish player, making his country proud. What a performance. What an incredible performance. Cold nerfing Shanks. They used actually Frozen Land on me. Frozen Land, and then also Boromir's new Horn of Gondor. they used the Horn of Gondor on me. I got debuffed. I lost my damage, armor, and movement speed. And I'm also poisoned from the Blight, or from Karsh. So I feel like I'm slowly dying. 475 command points against 1000. That's a demolishing. That's an incredible performance. And that's gonna be also the best of 5 series. And there comes the big bad wolf. Can you imagine that? Before men could even get to 15 power points, Angmar went to the 25. That's performance and a half. Ave is popping off.